If you are new to our channel, subscribe, like, and don't forget to share. Today, first of all, we will deal with the Coulomb's law. Okay. Now, what is Coulomb's law actually? See, let's say in the free space, two charges are there, Q1 and Q2 in vacuum, and let the distance between them is R. Now, they will interact. So due to interaction, either there will be the repulsion or there will be the attraction between the two charges according to their nature. So according to Coulomb, this electrostatic force is directly proportional to product of their magnitudes. Okay, force is directly proportional to product of magnitude of the charges, and it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Now combinedly, if I say, it will be F proportional to modulus of Q1 Q2 upon R square. Now if I remove the proportional sign, a constant is there. That constant I will say here 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. We can also say this is K, which is a proportionality constant. Remember that this expression F, it is scalar form. Okay, this is the scalar form. Now over here, the value of 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, that is fixed value, which is nothing but 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton into meter square per Coulomb square. Here epsilon naught is permittivity. Okay, permittivity of free space, or you can say here vacuum, and it has a specific value 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton per meter square. Okay, these two values you have to memorize. Remember that these two values you have to memorize. Okay, now over here the most important thing is direction of force, right? Direction of force. Now we will take few examples to understand the direction of force. Let's say there are two positive charges. This is first one and this is second one. Plus, plus. Okay. Now we know they will repel each other. But if I talk about the direction of force on A due to B, remember that this is force on A due to B charge, right? So can I say the force on A because of B will be away from B, or simply you can say from B to A? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Same way, if I say force on B due to A, its direction will be just opposite. Okay. It will be from A to B. We can have the direction from A to B. I hope this is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now we will talk about the vector form. Vector form of this Coulomb's law. Okay. So for vector form, what we are writing, see, F vector equals to K Q1 into Q2 R cap upon R square. Now remember that whenever in numerator a unit vector is there, that is not the complete vector form. For the complete vector form, we will convert this unit vector into a given vector divided by its magnitude. Now what it will become? F equals to K Q1 Q2 into vector R divided by R cube. Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone. Vector
Yes, sir.
form.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So you can write this Coulomb's law. Then now we will see the consequence of Newton's third law of motion with the Coulomb's law. Note down this way. Now see the next topic we will study, that is the in form of a question, prove that Coulomb's law follows Newton's third law of motion. Right, we have to prove this now. So now how to give the solution? Okay, so here we start. First of all, we will take a system in which two charges are there. Let's say this is Cartesian coordinate system, and in this Cartesian coordinate system we are taking two charged particles. Let's say the first charged particle is Q1 with position vector R1 with respect to origin. The second one has value Q2 with position vector R2 with respect to origin. Now if I talk about F12, okay, which is what? Force on Q1 due to Q2. Okay, now according to the formula it will be K Q1 Q2. Now instead of R vector I will write R1 minus R2 vector upon modulus of R1 minus R2 cube. Everyone is comfortable with this step? Tell me.
So why we have written R1 minus R2?
Yes, beta. Now, first of all, if I say force on 1 due to 2, okay, so I'm considering right now both are identical, suppose. So can I say the direction of force will be from Q2 to Q1? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This is F of 1, 2. Now this is R1 vector and this is R2 vector, right? So I will take the direction of force, which is my R vector. Now can I say this R vector will be R1 minus R2 beta?
Yes, sir.
Got it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Now same way, if I say F of 2, 1 means force on Q2 due to Q1. So it can be written as K times of Q1 Q2 then R2 minus R1 vector divided by modulus of R2 minus R1 vector cube. This is second equation. Okay. Now I want to prove that Newton's third law of motion, means my target is f of 2, 1 vector should be equal to minus f of 1, 2 vector. This is my target. So now can I say first of all that R2 minus R1 vector is equal to minus of R1 minus R2 vector? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Very good. At the same time, can I use this modulus of R2 minus R1 vector is equal to modulus of R1 minus R2 vector? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am using the, yes. Now from equation 2 and 3 and 4, can I say f of 2 1 vector is equal to minus of k q1 into q2 r1 vector minus r2 vector upon modulus of r1 minus r2 vector cube. Tell me, can we use 2 3 4 to find the 5?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
किसी को कोई डाउट नहीं है ना? Now
No, sir.
tell
Three
me.
वाला कैसे है?
हाँ बेटा बोलो.
सर वो 3 वाला कहाँ पे यूज हो रहा है?
3 वाला देखो, ये R2 माइनस R1 को मैंने क्या लिखा है यहाँ पे बताओ, और माइनस बाहर है. हाँ कि ना? बढ़ो आगे या डाउट है बोलो.
Yes.
So now can I say this is equal to minus of f of 1 2, f of 2 1 is minus of f of 1 2.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So can I say the Coulomb's law follows Newton's third law of motion?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So from equation 6 we can say Coulomb's law follows Newton's third law of motion. Right? Okay. I want everyone to write this quickly. Few questions related to this we will do. Okay. So the first question here. What is the nature of force if case number 1 is q1 into q2 is greater than 0, and second q1 into q2 is less than 0. Okay. So now systematically how we will write. I hope everyone knows the answer. What is the answer? Tell me.
Yes, will it be positive?
In the first case, q1 into q2 is positive. So what is the nature of force?
Positive.
No, nature of force.
Attractive.
So
Attractive.
Attractive. And in second case,
Repel.
Repulsion.
अब जिसने भी जवाब दिए हैं दोनों ने गलत दिए हैं भाई. आप सोचो q1 into q2 greater than 0 है, मतलब क्या होगा? ओके, बोलो जल्दी. Okay, let me tell you case 1. If I consider q1 greater than 0 and q2 also greater than 0. Now positive, which type of force is there? Repulsive.
Yes, sir.
Repulsion.
Yes, sir.
Same way if I take the second case, Q1 less than 0 and Q2 also less than 0. Again, the force nature is what?
Repulsion.
Repulsive.
Repulsive.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, same way here, if I talk about the solution of second part, Q1 into Q2 is less than 0. That is possible when either Q1 is greater than 0, Q2 less than 0, or Q1 less than 0 and Q2 greater than 0. So now in this case, the nature of force is what? Attractive.
Yes.
Yes.
So I hope now it is clear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this was asked in the board examination. Remember that. So you have to write in this manner. Okay. Now second
Yes.
question. In second question, they have given the two pairs of charges. Okay. There are two pairs of charges. The first pair is having charge 1 microcoulomb, comma 2 microcoulomb. The second pair of charges that is having value 2 microcoulomb, comma minus 3 microcoulomb. Okay. Then plot the graph between F and 1 upon R square. Okay, this is the first graph. And second, F and R. Okay. So now how to plot the graph? They do not worry about the value of the force. They want us to plot the graph. So see here, before starting the solution, let me tell you about the graph. Okay. If I say I want to plot the graph between F and R for F inversely proportional to R square. So it is going to be something like this. Okay. F is inversely proportional to R square. I hope it is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But suppose if I want to plot the graph for F proportional to 1 by R square. Remember that what I am saying. F and 1 upon R square. Okay. So in that situation, the graph is going to be a straight line, this one. Now this is the graph between F and 1 upon R square. On the y-axis we will write F only, but now on the x-axis we will write 1 upon R square instead of R. I hope it is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's plot the graph for the first and second section. Okay. For the first one, on the y-axis and x-axis, we will take force on y-axis, and on x-axis it is 1 upon R square. Now can I say 1 into 1, that will be repulsive force only?
Yes, sir.
So in that situation the graph will be a straight line only, positive force, right?
Yes, sir.
But if I say 2 into minus 3, the force will be negative or positive?
Negative.
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 So in that situation, if we plot the graph between F and 1 upon R square, so it is in the fourth quadrant. Okay. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
But you can see the slope. Here I have taken the less slope in case of A and more slope in case of B. The reason is very easy. 1 into 2 will be 2 micro into micro coulomb square. Here it will be 2 into minus 3, which is minus 6. So obviously minus 6 is more than 2 in magnitude only. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you explain that first graph again?
Which part I have to explain? Tell me.
Sir, that first one.
This graph of f and 1 upon r square.
Yes, sir.
So 1 upon r square, let's say it is x. So f proportional to x is what? बोलो बेटा आशीष.
Straight line.
So see f and 1 upon r square का मैंने ग्राफ बनाया. It will be a straight line only ना?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I hope it is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now if I talk about the second case, the graph between f and r. तो f and r की अगर हम बात करते हैं तो y एक्सिस पे हमारा f है, x एक्सिस पे r. So for the a, can I say it will be like this for the a, and for the b it will be like this? Tell me.
Sorry, your screen is freezing. We can't able to see.
सबके साथ ये प्रॉब्लम है या सिर्फ ये आपके साथ है?
ए का ग्राफ बना बी का नहीं बना.
हाँ,
Yes,
sir.
sir. आप आया.
Still is it freezing? Tell me. एक बार मैं वापस स्क्रीन शेयर करता हूँ क्लोज करके. Now tell me, is the screen clearly visible or still it is freezing?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Sir, it is visible.
Okay. So now note down this quickly.
Let this of the f proportional to r.
F proportional to?
नहीं सर, मतलब जो वो कर्व बनाया ना आपने,
हाँ.
वो मतलब ऐसा कर्व क्यों आया?
ऐसा क्यों आया? तो एक सिंपल सा काम करिए ऋषिकेश. एक टेबल बनाएंगे आप f और 1 r की वैल्यू का. ठीक है. तो r की एक स्पेसिफिक वैल्यू जैसे आप लिख लो 1 2 3 4 लाइक दैट, और इसके कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग आप f निकाल सकते हैं. और जब आप प्लॉटिंग करोगे जैसे आपने 10th स्टैंडर्ड में किया, यू विल फाइंड दिस टाइप ऑफ द शेप ऑफ द कर्व. ओके. Rishikesh, is it clear to you now?
It's clear.
And second thing, see, if I increase the value of r according to formula, अगर हम f proportional to 1 upon r square देख रहे हैं, if we increase the value of r, the f will decrease. Yes or no? So you can see the graph. If we are moving along positive r, the increasing value of r, the force is decreasing. See, right?
Sir, return.
Done, sir.
Okay. Let's move to the next question. See, these questions that we are doing, these questions are asked in the board examinations. Okay. You will find it all the types of question in my worksheet. I will share this time. Okay, chapter wise worksheet is there. Shall I clear it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, two questions from the NCERT, right? They are based on the principle of superposition. So first of all, we will see what is the principle of superposition. Okay. Now to understand the principle of superposition, again we are going to take the help of Cartesian coordinate system. Let's say there is a charge Q naught having position vector R naught, and other charges are also present. Right, and let their values are Q1 with position vector R1, Q2 with position vector R2, Q3 with position vector R3, and Qn with position vector Rn. Now right now I'm considering all the charges are positive. Okay, so they will repel each other. So if I want to see the direction of force on Q naught because of Q1, okay, so can I say this will be the direction of force on Q naught because of Q1? Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes.
Force now on Q naught due to Q1. Similarly, if I say the force because of the Q2, force on Q naught because of Q2. So direction will be this one only, right?
Yes, sir.
Force on
Yes.
Q naught due to 2. Same way I can show you the direction of force on Q naught due to Q3 this way. This will be F naught 3. And same way we can see the direction of force on Q naught due to Qn. This is F naught n. Now what is the statement of the principle of superposition? According to the principle of superposition, the resultant force on a given charge Q naught, that is given by the vector sum of individual forces exerted by individual charged particles without affecting each other. The last part of the statement is very, very important. Without affecting each other. It means the force between Q naught and Q1. The force between Q naught and Q1 is independent from the presence or absence of other charges like Q2, Q3, Qn. I hope it is clear to everyone. Tell me.
Yes, sir.
ओके इसका मतलब रिजल्टेंट फोर्स निकालना है हमें, तो हम वेक्टर सम करेंगे, और वेक्टर सम जब हम कर रहे हैं तो ध्यान दें दो चार्जेस के बीच में जो भी फोर्स है दैट मस्ट बी और दैट इज इंडिपेंडेंट फ्रॉम द presence or absence of other charges. So mathematically if I want to write this part, so I will write it is summation I equals to from 1 to n then f not I. ठीक है, अगेन समेशन एज इट इज आई फ्रॉम 1 to n. अब एफ नॉट आई को लिखना है हमें वेक्टर वी नो के क्यू नॉट इंटू क्यू आई देन आर नॉट माइनस आर आई वेक्टर डिवाइडेड बाय मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ आर नॉट वेक्टर माइनस आर आई वेक्टर क्यूब. दिस इज resultant force on Q naught. I hope principle of superposition is clear to everyone. Tell me.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay. So principle of super.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's move towards the questions. I'm clearing the slide, okay?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the question is three identical charges are kept on the vertices of an equilateral triangle of magnitude q each. A charge capital Q is placed at the centroid find resultant force on Q. I hope question is clear to everyone.
सर ये प्लस क्यू होगा ना?
Plus हाँ Q दिया है मतलब plus Q only. Okay. So now let's see the solution part. Okay, how we will solve these types of questions. So first of all, we will make an equilateral triangle. Let's say this is Q on A vertices, Q on B vertices, Q on C vertices, and at the centroid. Now everyone knows the centroid. What is centroid? Tell me. बताओ क्या होता है centroid?
Point of a triangle.
Intersect.
Okay. Can I say the intersection point of the all the medians?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, first of all, let's consider this Q is oppositely charged. Okay. Q and Q, small q and capital Q, oppositely charged. Okay. You can consider same charge also. The resultant is not going to change. The resultant will come same. Okay. But for simplicity, what we are considering, Q, small q and capital Q are oppositely charged. Now, first of all, tell me what is the direction of force on capital Q because of the charge present on A. What will be the direction?
Towards A.
Towards A. Absolutely fine. This will be towards A. So I am writing this as F naught A. And in magnitude, can I say in magnitude F vector OA will be K small q into capital Q upon, now O to A distance, let's say it is R. Okay, so it will be R square, and direction, can I say from O to A it will be OA cap? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me what is the direction of force on this capital Q because of the charge present at B?
Towards B.
O to B right? This is F naught B. Now over here, F of OB will be K Q capital Q upon R square, then OB cap. Now same way, the direction of force on capital Q because of the charge present on the C will be towards the C, right? Yes or no? Tell me. So it will be KQQ upon R square into OC cap. Let's say this is third equation. यहाँ तक समझ में आया सबको? कोई आवाज नहीं आ रही किसी की भी?
Yes, sir.
में आ गए।
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now resultant force. If we talk about the resultant force on capital Q, can I say this resultant force will be F of OA plus F of OB plus F of OC. So over here the common thing is K Q capital Q upon R square, and this is OA cap plus OB cap plus OC cap. Now in the 11th standard we have studied if three vectors are in same direction, okay, and making a triangle, the resultant will be 0
Yes.
Yes, sir.
according to triangle of vector addition. So here three vectors are there, they will make a triangle. If you see first one was this side, second this side, and third this side. So if I displace one by one, so they will form a triangle, closed triangle. So resultant will be 0. Now here we will write because OA cap plus OB cap plus OC cap is 0, then the F resultant force will be also 0. This is the solution similar to the NCERT. Okay, apart from this we can adopt other methods also which are lengthy. Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And if you wish I can do that also, second method also. Tell me if we have to do.
Sir, can we do?
I am telling if you want the another method also we will do.